All right, well, hey everybody. Talking about building a six-figure or just super successful outsourced accounting firm. So if you're thinking of becoming a bookkeeper, a tax person, if you're being an outsourced bookkeeper, if you're thinking of doing that for small businesses, watch our previous videos about this. Watch this. I've got a playlist going for this. The idea is if you position yourself, either you yourself or as a small team, you're going to be able to make some sweet money. You're going to be able to solve problems that need to be solved. You're going to add a ton of value to small business clients. And boy, I just want to give this away so that it's super successful. This channel is all about entrepreneurship and helping people move upward and forward in their businesses. But today I want to talk a little bit about the big question that everybody has. There's two questions. One, do I need my CPA? Two, how do I start an accounting and bookkeeping firm, right? Or mainly, I'm thinking about being a bookkeeper, because if you go out there and you read all of these different blogs that talk about how to make side gig cash or how do you make money from home, one of the things that always comes up is being a bookkeeper, because you can do bookkeeping late at night for a business if you wanted to, after your normal work hours, or whenever you want. And I tell you what, it can be great money. However, I think that the best money is made when you do this outsourced accountant model. And the idea is that you lead with taxes. So the services you do is you perform year-end tax returns for businesses, which then leads to doing their personal ones. You do bookkeeping for them. You perform payroll and provide payroll for them. And you do proactive tax planning throughout the year. If you do that, basically the three value props are that you will be mitigating their taxes, keeping them compliant, and saving them time as an outsourced employee, essentially. And by doing that, you can justify a fat monthly retainer, because it is better than hiring somebody. Everybody's happy in this model. But inevitably, like I just about hit him, I get people asking, how do I start a bookkeeping firm? If you're just a bookkeeper, I would tell you, you need to move into doing bookkeeping and payroll together. If you can be a bookkeeper, you can be a payroll person. Now, here's a couple of interesting things, okay? Now, the tax guys are going to hate me for this, but taxes can be done inexpensively by an H&R Block. They can be done inexpensively if you know how to do the software. You can help out a business. You know, you have to run your own line of that business or of that idea, but essentially what you'll want to do is take a peek at doing the two of them together. So if you're just a bookkeeper, you don't have a CPA, you're not an enrolled agent, you don't want to do taxes yet, I tell you what, do payroll and bookkeeping together. Start a bookkeeping firm, then approach ADP and Paychex and say, hey, I'd like to have a wholesale relationship with you. We really like ADP's wholesale solution because there's some ancillary benefits to that. Paychex is good too, but payroll there's a lot of providers out there. You've got Gusto. The idea is you need efficiency in your practice over anything else. You're going to need to be able to do between 10 and north of 10 clients, right? And you need an efficiency for that. All that being said, so if you can't do taxes and you're just doing payroll, make sure you do payroll or if you're just doing bookkeeping, do bookkeeping and payroll. From there, I would encourage you, if you're a payroll person or a bookkeeping person, to approach the tax professionals around you. Just contact those tax firms. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, well, we like to do it all too, and I don't really know that we're looking for a partnership. Well, that may be true of 10 accountants, but you will find the one who might be a good synergistic connection to you, where you can do bookkeeping and payroll, and you can even do proactive financial counseling, really, and then they can do the tax return. But remember, the tax return is the thing that often makes business owners most uneasy. It's also the thing they want it to be done right. So if you're trying to start up, these are just some tips that you'll want to think about. Now, do you need a CPA? I think having a CPA license can be effective, but there's basically two routes. Either one, you start your own firm, or two, you're going to go work in a big organization. And the idea, I think, from what I can tell of all the accountants I've ever intersected with, you either go towards an industry, and I don't know that I'd go work in a giant firm. Working at the big four firms or working at even some of these local firms, if you're just an accountant, sometimes they take good care of you, sometimes they don't. If you were to build up, this is what's so weird, you build up 15 clients paying you $1,000 a month, you're going to make a lot more than the first. That path to wealth is much shorter than grinding away at some of these firms around here in the Twin Cities, but there's benefits. You don't have to do sales. You don't have to worry about processing and all of that annoying stuff as a business owner. So whatever. Understanding how to solve complex problems, understanding how to do tax returns really well is probably your primary skill that you're going to need out of this. If you want to go into a big organization, just sit and grind away and be part of the accounting department, that's great. If you want a great money and you want a shorter path to success, having a CPA license might help you with that. It is a credential that people do care about, and it's meaningful. So you might want to check that out. It might be worth it. I'm Rob. Have a good one.